Meet James, a talented young professional who's just landed a major promotion at his company. On paper, his life looks like a success story. A higher salary, more respect from colleagues, and the promise of an exciting future. But beneath the surface, James feels something much more complicated. He experiences a growing anxiety that creeps in every time he thinks about his new role or the money he'll be making. Instead of feeling proud or excited, he finds himself hesitating and doubting his worth. He starts procrastinating on important tasks, avoids taking necessary risks, sometimes even imagines stepping back to a simpler, safer life where he feels less pressure to perform. Why does this happen? Because for James, growing up and achieving more feels like an internal threat, as if success might somehow change who he is at his core. It threatens the identity he's known all his life. This fear of success is more common than you might think. Many people carry a deep worry that gaining wealth or status will make them different in ways that isolate them from family, friends, or even their own sense of self. It's closely tied to the old belief that money is dirty, moral judgment passed down through families and cultures that equates wealth with greed, corruption, or loss of integrity. These beliefs create a hidden barrier, one that quietly blocks progress without any obvious external obstacles. In this video, we'll explore why this fear exists, how it manifests in our lives, and most importantly, how to overcome it. Because recognizing this internal threat is the crucial first step toward breaking free from self-imposed limits and stepping into your full potential, financially and personally. It's easy to focus on external factors, getting a better job, starting a business, investing wisely. These are important, of course, but they're only part of the picture. One of the most significant barriers to growth often comes from inside us, the fear of success itself. This fear is subtle and complex. It's not just a simple worry about change or the unknown. It's a deep emotional response tied to our sense of identity, belonging, and self-worth. For many people, especially those raised in families or cultures that view money with suspicion or disdain, success can feel like a threat to who they are. Imagine you grew up hearing phrases like money is dirty or rich people are greedy. Maybe your family or community warned you against wanting to. Much are told stories that linked wealth with corruption or selfishness. These messages create an internal conflict when you start to succeed financially. On one side, there's the part of you that wants to grow, improve your life, and enjoy the freedom that money can bring. You imagine a future with more options, security, and the ability to make choices on your terms. But on the other side, there's a voice, sometimes faint, sometimes loud, that says, if you succeed, you might lose your friends or family. You'll become someone you don't recognize. Money will change you in bad ways. This conflict creates a psychological barrier, often invisible, but incredibly real. It can lead to self-sabotage, procrastinating on opportunities, hesitating to ask for raises, avoiding investments, or even rejecting promotions. The fear of success can also cause anxiety, stress, and a feeling of being stuck, even when the path forward is clear. But why is this fear so powerful? Part of it comes from how deeply ingrained our beliefs about money are. Money isn't just currency, it's loaded with meaning, moral, social, and emotional. If you've internalized the idea that money is dirty or morally questionable, your mind will resist growing wealth because it feels like a betrayal of your values or identity. This resistance is a psychological defense mechanism designed to keep you safe from judgment, rejection, or losing your place in the community. Understanding this internal conflict is key to breaking free. by shining a light on the fear of success and its roots. You can start to challenge and reframe your beliefs about money and growth. You can learn to see success not as a threat, but as an opportunity to expand your potential, improve your life, and build authentic connections with others. In this video, we'll explore these ideas in depth, helping you recognize the signs of this internal threat and giving you tools to overcome it. Because growing financially and personally doesn't have to be scary, it can be a journey of empowerment and freedom. Meet Mia, a driven and passionate young entrepreneur who recently took the leap to launch her own business. From the outside, it looks like a dream come true, a fresh start, an opportunity to follow her passion, and the promise of financial independence. In the early days, everything feels exhilarating. Mia wakes up energized, fueled by the excitement of creating something new and meaningful. Every positive client review, every small sale, feels like a victory, proof that she's on the right path. Her confidence grows as her business gains traction. Friends and acquaintances start to take notice, congratulating her on her success. For the first time in her life, Mia feels like she's stepping into her full potential. But beneath the surface, something else stirs. As the business grows, so does an uneasy feeling, a quiet whisper of doubt and fear that she can't quite shake. Mia finds herself questioning whether she truly deserves this success. She wonders if she's somehow lucky rather than skilled, or if this achievement is just a temporary fluke. More troubling are the thoughts about how her success will change her relationships. She worries about how her family will react. Will they be proud and supportive, or will they see her differently? Maybe jealous or distant. What about her old friends? Will they treat her the same if she starts making more money or living differently? These questions create a subtle but powerful fear of isolation. Mia begins to imagine herself as an outsider, standing apart from the people she loves. This fear leads to hesitation. When it comes time to make big decisions, like hiring help, investing in marketing, or expanding her product line, Mia often hesitates or postpones. She worries about the responsibilities and changes that growth will bring. Sometimes she feels overwhelmed by the pressure to maintain her success and afraid of failing. This internal struggle is not a lack of ambition or talent. It's a conflict between the person Mia has always known herself to be and the new identity that success demands. Her story shows how fear of success can quietly undermine progress, even when the future looks bright. But Mia's journey is also one of awakening. Recognizing these fears is the first step toward breaking free. Despite her growing awareness, Mia continued to feel trapped by invisible rules that dictated her financial behavior. The beliefs she had internalized over years, that wealth was only for others, that risk was dangerous, and that she might not deserve success, acted like invisible barriers, silently shaping her choices and restricting her potential. At work, Mia hesitated to advocate for herself. Even when she had evidence of her competence and accomplishments, fear of rejection, judgment, or making a mistake kept her silent. Colleagues who took bold financial or career steps seemed to thrive effortlessly, reinforcing Mia's belief that risk was unsafe and that stepping outside her comfort zone was not an option. Her talents and creativity went underutilized as she substituted caution for ambition, unknowingly following mental scripts that had been ingrained since childhood. Financially, the consequences were tangible. Mia avoided investments, side projects, or opportunities that could have accelerated her growth. she stuck to familiar routines, believing that comfort and predictability were safer than potential reward. Each bill, reminder of scarcity, or story about someone losing money, reinforced the notion that abundance was unattainable, and that she was safer staying small. Social and emotional effects compounded the problem. Maya found herself comparing her achievements to peers, interpreting their success as proof of her own limitations. This eroded her confidence and amplified self-doubt, creating a loop in which hesitation fueled more hesitation. Even minor decisions felt like traps, as if every choice carried a heavy risk of failure or judgment. The external system subtly reinforced these patterns every day. Media, cultural expectations, and casual social interactions emphasize limitations, obstacles, and the consequences of risk-taking. Every external message validated her internalized beliefs, making them feel inevitable, natural, and unchangeable. Emotional conditioning made the cycle even more powerful. Fear of failure triggered stress responses in her body and mind, which often dictated choices more than rational thought ever could. Even when logic suggested a calculated risk could bring significant benefit, her subconscious defaulted to avoidance, keeping her in a state of self-imposed limitation. The cumulative effects were striking. Missed opportunities, stagnated income, unrealized potential, and a lingering sense of frustration and dissatisfaction. The more Maya followed these limiting beliefs, the more they dictated her life, making financial empowerment feel unattainable. Yet this fall is not permanent. Recognizing the consequences of internalized money beliefs is the critical first step toward change. Maya's challenge became clear. She had to confront the psychological mechanisms that enforce these beliefs and intentionally reprogram her mindset. Awareness alone was not enough. Deliberate reflection and action would be essential to escape the cycle and unlock her true potential. Mia's experience illustrates a psychological dynamic that affects countless people but often goes unnoticed. The fear of success has a deeply ingrained internal conflict. At its core, this fear isn't just about being afraid of what might happen if you succeed. It's about a clash within the mind between who you believe you are and who success asks you to become. This internal struggle is a classic example of cognitive dissonance, the mental discomfort that arises when our actions or desires conflict with long-held beliefs or values. For Mia, growing her business and earning more money stirred up a set of beliefs she deabsorbed over years. Beliefs that success changes people, makes them greedy or disconnected from their roots or even dirty. These beliefs aren't mere opinions. They form the emotional foundation of how Mia views money, identity, and belonging. When she took steps toward success, her mind was flooded with conflicting messages. A part of her thrilled at the possibility of growth, while another part felt alarmed, as if a warning siren was sounding. To manage this mental conflict, the brain unconsciously seeks to reduce discomfort by resisting change. This resistance can take many forms: procrastination, self-doubt, perfectionism, or even deliberate self-sabotage. These behaviors aren't signs of weakness. Rather, they are coping mechanisms designed to protect the self from perceived threats. Central to this conflict is the issue of self-image. If Mia grew up in an environment where wealth was equated with greed or moral corruption, then her subconscious mind associates success with betrayal of her true self. This association creates a psychological barrier, making it difficult to fully embrace success without feeling guilt or shame. Another powerful force at play is invisible family loyalty, the unconscious commitment to uphold family beliefs and emotional patterns, even if they limit individual growth. This loyalty can make stepping into success feel like an act of rebellion or abandonment, intensifying the fear of change. The interplay between cognitive dissonance, self-image, and family loyalty traps many people in cycles of fear and self-sabotage. But recognizing this psychological error is the key to breaking free. Awareness allows you to see these patterns for what they are, not facts, but mental habits shaped by past experiences and messages. Once you identify these limiting beliefs, you can start to question and reframe them. For example, you might begin to see that success does not have to mean losing yourself or your values. You can redefine what wealth means to you as a tool for freedom, growth, and connection rather than greed or corruption. You can also begin to separate your sense of worth from external measures like income or status. This shift requires patience and self-compassion, as these beliefs are deeply embedded and often reinforced by culture and family. Therapeutic approaches, mindfulness, and financial education can all support this transformation. Importantly, building a new, healthier relationship with money involves embracing your right to prosper without guilt or fear. True financial freedom is as much emotional and psychological as it is material. Mia's journey reflects the struggle many face, but also the possibility of overcoming it by confronting these inner conflicts with courage and honesty. By rewriting your money story, you unlock the door to growth, abundance, and a life that aligns with your true self. Mia's story reveals a profound truth. The greatest obstacles to financial and personal growth are often invisible, rooted not in external circumstances, but deep within our minds and emotions. The fear of success is one of these hidden barriers. It arises from beliefs and messages we absorb in childhood. Ideas that money is dirty, success means losing who we are, or that growing financially will isolate us from those we love. These beliefs are powerful because they shape our self-image and influence the choices we make, often without us realizing it. If you carry these fears or beliefs, you might find yourself hesitating at crucial moments, procrastinating, or even sabotaging your own progress. You may feel torn between wanting more and fearing the consequences of getting it. But here's the liberating truth. These beliefs are not facts. They are learned stories, mental patterns that can be rewritten. The first step is awareness. Begin by reflecting honestly on the messages you received about money and success growing up. What did your family say about wealth? How did your community view those who achieved financial success? What fears or judgments do you hold about money and prosperity? This process of uncovering hidden beliefs can be uncomfortable, but is essential for change. Next comes permission, giving yourself the right to want success and financial freedom. This means embracing the idea that it's okay to grow, to prosper, and to enjoy your achievements without guilt. It's about allowing yourself to step into a new identity, one that includes abundance, confidence, and fulfillment. Then it's time for action. Changing your money mindset requires consistent effort and practical steps. Write down your limiting beliefs and challenge them with evidence and alternative perspectives. Surround yourself with positive financial role models and educational resources that reinforce a healthy relationship with money. Practice setting boundaries with spending and saving to build control and confidence. Take small but deliberate risks, like negotiating your salary or investing in your skills. Cultivate mindfulness around your emotions related to money, noticing shame, fear, or guilt without judgment. Remember, this journey is not about perfection but progress. Be patient and kind with yourself as you navigate the discomfort of change. Every step you take toward understanding and healing your money story opens the door to greater freedom and empowerment. You are not defined by old beliefs or past experiences. Your financial future is a story you can rewrite, starting now. Embrace the possibility of growth without fear and watch as new opportunities and abundance begin to flow into your life. Now that we've uncovered how the fear of success can quietly hold you back from reaching your full financial and personal potential, it's time to take a moment for yourself. Think back. What were the messages about money and success you heard growing up? Did your family or community ever suggest that wanting more was selfish or wrong? Have you ever caught yourself hesitating to go after your dreams because of an inner voice telling you it's safer not to stand out? These feelings are more common than you realize, and you're not alone. I want to invite you to share your story in the comments below. Opening up about your experiences can be powerful. It's not just for you, but for others who are struggling silently with the same fears. Your courage to speak out can be the spark that helps someone else start their own journey toward freedom. If this video resonated with you and helped you see your money mindset in a new light, please take a moment to like and subscribe. By joining our community here at Cashfrenia, you'll gain access to more insights, tools, stories that can help you transform your relationship with money. Remember, changing your money story isn't about perfection. It's about progress. It's about taking small, brave steps every day to rewrite the beliefs that no longer serve you. Financial freedom and personal growth are within your reach, but it starts with you giving yourself permission to grow, to succeed, and to thrive without guilt or fear. So start today. Make a choice to challenge the old narratives. Embrace your worthiness. And watch as your life begins to change in ways you never thought possible. I thank you for being here, for watching, and for being ready to take the next step. Together, we're building a community where money is not dirty, but a tool for freedom, empowerment, and real happiness.